are just off of the edge of the porch. But we is able to trade right back there. We'll get down by shutout with only 3 HP remaining. JT though getting instantly headshot as he comes out the balcony. It's just down to Beaky Wow now on a 1v2 here as he's kind of trapped between pit and graveyard. They will finish him off.
And looked like that could have gone either way there up until the very end, but ultimately RBG does pull out the first half pistol round here on map 2. Eros not going to be going for the force buy, definitely the smarter decision. Walko keeping an eye on Banana, does toss an HE towards B entry. Eros has 3 at B. Actually, just 2 at B now, excuse me. But that nade not making contact. JT and Omniscient do spot Chop at lane, but Chop gonna down them both with the Mac 10. He does get tagged down to 2 HP.
Transfer there.
Yeah.
Unfortunate though, as Shutout grabs the pick on him finally. Shadow's gonna grab him as he jumps out onto that hay bale of the cart.
Zeus
He's
is
looking
out.
to tase somebody. Oh, he's got a great opportunity, but unfortunately Wiz, with just enough timing, is going to come around there and quickly swing around to get the headshot. Walko will grab Freshie at the last kill of the round as he peeks around the half wall.
Actually, what would have been great there if Wiz turned around to check Arch or something, or jungle, and then Beaky walk up behind him, but he was already set on checking that CT spawn door there.
He also just didn't put enough of his body around the corner for that Zeus to be really useful, which is unfortunate.
Opens things up with a nice pick there into the B side. Walko gonna down Freshie behind Coffin with the Mac 10. Early 2-man advantage here for RBG as they continue to make their way onto the B side. Looks like Eros already deciding to save those silencing floors.
Want to hold on to it as much as they can because next round's going to be kind of rough with the money in hand, but Chop's going to pick up one, and JT in the apartment, so he's going to run away with only 9 HP left remaining. No trade to come out there. RBG's going to go on the hunt. They want to get this guns out of the hands of Eros. Does get a pick onto Walko as he comes into the apartment. He's gonna grab one more before he finally gets down by Chopped. Just on this remaining inside the site. Will escape with that gun.
And Eros not going to be left with enough cash for a proper buy here. So they're going to have to improvise. Omniscient was able to hold on to that A1S. But RBG off to another solid start here. Got to hand it to him, up 3-0 here on map 2. They'll still be working things in round 4 with 5 AKs. Omniscient tagged through that smoke early. Looking for the pick down mid. Gets it onto ramp. No trade goes out. Shutout is tagged down to around half HP. But impressive pick there. But, oh, Omniscient taking a lot of damage lane side. A combination of both some AK bullets and an HE nade. Walko with a nice headshot there, close range past half wall on Banana, brings us to a 4-on-4. Looks like RBG does want to get onto the B side here. Walko leading the way, but not checking cross, and Hex wasn't there in time to save him, but Hex does get the trade +1. That initial headshot was pretty wild. It was a one-tapper there into cross, and looks like Omniscient and JT saving, but Omniscient figured he was already low. Tried to get an exit there on Banana, not able to do so, but JT obviously definitely going to be saving that AK now. Bomb will successfully detonate momentarily. That's going to be RBG now up 4-0. But Eros will be on a full rifle round here, and they've got to start stacking some rounds here defensively, Ben.
Yeah, I'd like to see them use a little bit more utility on these little plays that they're doing. They're doing a good job of getting some early picks here and there, but unfortunately the cost of them is getting a player down to like 18 HP, which has happened multiple times, and the value of that is almost as just meaningless as a trade upright is, because with 18 HP there's only so much you can do with so many rifles in play. And you got a nice little stack here inside of the apartments from the boiler side. Something we've seen Team Eros do quite a bit, and that does pay off once again for them. And that's the kind of thing I would like to see. That's a perfect way to start the round. No one took any damage. They didn't have to waste too much utility. And they're already at an advantage now because
that
of that.
Was an early 5-head play there in the round.
Yep.
Just over a minute remaining. Still a one-man advantage here for Eros. RBG now sending 3 down Banana, including the C4. They do have a lurker over and alt still.
Some good nades there between Freshie and Viki. Will get them down to 22 HP on Cheddar, and Hex down to 51. Hex, though, is just barging his way into the site here. Freshie's going to be the last one left, and Wiz is going to finish him off as well. They're going to start spreading out across the site.
Eros likely just looking for exits here, but they haven't fully fell back yet. Who knows? If they get a quick headshot here, they might even go for it.
They only have to go against 3 players, actually. They still have a lurker on the other side of the map currently. And that firebomb gets 2! It's just Wiz in the dark spot. They know where he's at now, and Freshie's going to get that. If he gets this bomb, he could... Oh, but he's too worried that there's... he might not have had enough time, actually.
Yeah, Shutout was able to get that late kill in dark corner, but will die to the detonation. Came down to the wire there. Eros maybe not even expecting... Or, well, they definitely weren't expecting the double molly. That really got things
that was
rolling.
bananas.
MP9s, couple upgraded pistols, and JT on the scout this round. It is a semi-buy, not a force. Great headshot there, down Banana from Hex. Omniscient brings it to a 4-on-4 after peeking Boiler stairs. RBG still trying to work upper mid here.
Shot's going to make his way all the way out into the mid. The alt mid, that is. Fire a couple of shots.
There's a bit of a standoff going on top mid and lane there.
Yeah. Shutout, though, is in a great position to grab that first initial kill. He has to deal with Wiz with the op. He's already got him down to 19 HP. Omniscient, though, will get it for him from across the map with an MP9 headshot. And now, even after that initial frag going the way of RBG, they're in a great position to win this round. They have the bomb down, and they don't know where the last player is, but they have someone going back towards him. And Viki will finish him off.
Yeah, did Omniscient have a scope on that MP9? Is that who got that
Apparently.
kill top mid?
Apparently.
Eros secures their first round of the map. But they need to really show us what they're made of here on the CT side. We've seen them hold things down defensively here on Inferno against a lot of impressive teams. Let's see it right now, Eros. JT and Omniscient on that early banana peak. Omniscient does down Walco. Smoke is down. No trade attempt can be made. There are still 3 at the B side here for Eros. RBG now rotating back through mid.
Jitter making his way towards that apartment balcony. He's going to start setting up to try and figure out where they're at in the site. See some utility running over the mid wall onto the A site. He's going to get his initial kill there from the balcony in a very good position from the door. Fortunately, he will get traded out though as they start to move onto the lane. Beaky grabs a second, and Fresh is going to pick up the last one in sight. That's another bomb down. We have a 4v5 with Chop lurking in the arch lane. He does pick off JT, but not before Beaky can finally finish him off with a great 3K for him.
Eros able to grab a second round for themselves. Things looking a bit more doable now, especially with RBG at an economic disadvantage this round. Looks like RBG actually going to be full saving across the board here with Glocks. Not a single item being purchased on the terrorist side. RBG still lurking in middle. They'd have to pull off something incredible here to overcome the odds this round. Beaky on the peak, top mid drops 1. And he definitely knows this is a full save now.
And Chop making his way down to Boiler. Could possibly catch one person out, but the Glock, it's going to be a difficult shot to make. Unfortunately, he whiffs a couple shots there from the Boiler. Eventually, we'll get down by JT. Oh, unfortunately for Shutout, as he switches out of that op, he fortunately does get his pistol out in time to finish off Wiz, but that could have been scary for a second there.
So Arrow's not losing a player that round. And now they're just trailing by 2 rounds here as we get a bit later into the first half of map 2. Arrows with 3 at banana early. Beaky and Freshy taken out by Hex as he was on the top of Firewood there. Shutout eventually does get some redemption from Sandbags, partially through that smoke with the AWP. Still a 1-man advantage here for RBG.
I'm listening to Chop playing some head games here from the apartment balcony, and they will get him. But JT quickly hearing that rotate back down banana is going to grab one himself. Makes us down to a 3v2. Shutout will grab the AK as he goes around, making sure he's got enough firepower in his hands to try and contest this. They do not want to let this one slip away. They know if they're able to win this round once more, they're going to be in bad economic position once more. Now, Jitter gets down to 16 HP as JT tries valiantly to get him from the apartment into the graveyard. He makes his way into the site, but Shutout hears that. It's down to Wiz inside of the pit with 67 HP. The bomb is planted for him, though, so he's in a good position to hold on to this.
Shutout fakes, but there's no time left.
Yeah. He's going to have to run. I think he's going to die to the bomb. Nope, he just barely lives. 13 HP. Shutout with a great 4K, but just not enough for his team to win that round.
Yeah, RBG getting just enough trades there at the A site, both during the plant and post-plant, to kind of outlast their Eros. Looked like they might have been able to pull things off there after Shutout got onto the site, but as we started realizing that didn't have much time, it just Odds were against
Yeah,
him there.
that close duel between JT and Jitter was kind of a deciding factor there. Not being able to finish off that kill was a bit of a rough start for the retake.
Yeah, if they could have 2v1'd on the pit there,
Oh, and
Eros
they're
would
just a little too behind for that stack, but JT will still get the finish off there. Wiz will go down as well to JT, but Hex making his way out of the apartment into the pit. He's in a dangerous position, and Beaky gets caught with his knife in his hands, and Jitter's going to grab 2 off of that. We're down to a 2v2 here.
That could have been the round changer.
Oh,
Or
but they have the
that
bomb
was.
down. They're going to be able to defuse this before he gets there. They're not even going to have to do anything about it, and Jitter, being aware of the situation, is going to hold on to his gun, and that's a great round to win.
That was actually pretty bold going for the plant, knowing your teammate was still that far away.
I assumed he probably thought that they were stacking B as they have been so many rounds in a row, but quick rotate there really saves the day for Team Eros. Omniscient with 2 great kills down mid. Gets a 3rd.
All headshots. Almost gets a 4th as well, but it's going to be JT cleaning up those final 2 kills on the push down middle. Eros now trailing by just a single round, and we've got quite a game on our hands now, Ben.
Yep. This will be another rifle round for the boys of RBG. 1 player on a Galil. That's about it. They have full utility. Shout out with that op still in his hands. Trying to get an early pick here at B. He's going to make his way down to the boiler, but there's a player here on this and on that railing who's going to get him very quickly. And Shutout's going to finally get that pick at B that he was looking for, and that's a great start. Oh, and a good flashbang that was going to catch Omniscient with his pants down. Moving off that railing was a slight mistake. As JT's going to clear up though from the porch. Oh, but Welko and Wiz combining for 2 and mid is going to make this a very interesting round indeed. Iki though has moved up the porch. He's going to grab 1 on Wiz. Noticing that Welko still hasn't moved in position, and now Welko's in a park in a hard place. He's going to try and grab this bomb and move it into the apartments.
Eros has to close this one out.
Well, we're just going to play the waiting game here. You know, he's got plenty of time to work with still with that 40-second clock timer, and they're going to try and get him get Team Eros second guessing where he's going with that bomb. They're going to stay in the Cubby arch side, not commit towards B just yet. I think he sees the smoke go over the wall, and he's going to grab that very easily there.
We're all tied up. It's 6 apiece. And Eros finally with a chance to take their first lead of the series, actually. And we'll see if they can capitalize. They certainly have the economic advantage here. RBG not with a single SMG or rifle this round. It's going to be 3 Desert Eagles, a P250, and a Tech 9 in the hands of Chop. But a shutout quickly getting a pick there at mid. Make that a second, and it's a headshot on the second kill. Walco does trade back with 1D from Underpass. Nice shot there from Walco, but Eros should be able to just play their game and secure this round. Chop looking to change the narrative. Tech 9 headshot coming in there through window, and that could change the whole round. I mean, he's got an A1S in hand now.
They have the op now. Wiz has moved up to porch and grabbed that. JT's going to be in a rough spot here. He's going to get headshot by Wiz with that op. And Beaky's going to try and rotate around and grab him himself. He's going to go down as well, though, unfortunately, and that's going to be the bomb down. It's down to Freshie in a 2v1 here. Oh, unfortunate. Wiz with that op in hand is going to completely change the round around.
Yeah, RBG does recapture the lead, but Eros had a lot of cash to fall back on. So they're still right in this. 4 silenced M4, shutout on the AWP once more. We'll see if shutout keeps going for these mid peaks or not. I'm very interested to see how he reacts here, especially to there being an op on the T side again. I'll go with a nice headshot there, down banana. No trade goes out. And as Freshie falls, that's going to leave only Beaky on the side, at least momentarily. He's already got 2 CTs rotating to help him out. Beaky still makes the peek himself into B entry. Walko down. Shutout narrowly missing that op shot onto Wiz. That would have been big for Eros. Omniscient does kill Chop over an alt. JT good for a headshot at B entry as well. Eros with the 1-man advantage, but Beaky and Omniscient with a combined 35 HP right now. That's not a good sign there, Ben.
And Wiz is opted to pick up one of the AKs. He wants to try and keep his team in this round as best as he can. Even with the power of that op, it's better to have that AK for the utility of it, having so many more bullets in the chamber. PQ with 16 HP does pick off Jitter. It's just down to Wiz. They're going to throw a firebomb now that they have the bomb, and Wiz is going to get burned down all the way. Almost dies to the firebomb itself, but JT will finish it up with the M4. Tied once again for the last round of the half. And it's going to be a rough economic situation for Team RBG. They're stuck with 1 Glock, or actually 4 M4s, or AKs, sorry, and 1 MAC-10.
Whatever they have over there.
Yeah, brain turning off in the game that we're watching so far. Omniscient will grab Walko down mid, but unfortunately he's traded out by Chop and Alt. And Shutout's going to go down as well to Chop from that MAC-10.
Nice peek from JT there. From alt window, drops 1. Freshie able to get the stop at mid as well. There's only 2 left there on the RBG side. Freshie going to finish off both them. Wiz did get the initial trade there onto JT, but Eros will finish the half up by 1. That's their first lead of the series, Ben, and it'll be interesting to see what Eros can do here as they switch sides. RBG obviously not going to be a pushover here as we continue things on Inferno, but we'll see just what Eros can do offensively when we're back in a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Better live it up. Ay, what about too hard? Ay, what about too hard? Ay, what about too hard? Ay, ay, about too hard? Yeah, ay, I'm killing your favorite rapper. It's minimum effort. Yeah, your corpse getting severed. The industry dry as a desert. Do whatever it is that you think that you're doing, I'm doing it better. Straight double use, that's my letter. Don't got no snakes, only ladders. Ay, they tryna figure out what's on our plate. Infinity sideways, we already ate. Skipping is basic, skipping is classic. Stay out of trouble, now I can relate. Nevertheless, again, I'm doing great. I just finished this thing, ain't no debate. You ain't my dog, you ain't my family, and sure as hell, you're not my mate. Yeah, I take my place at the summit. I can't wait till we counting them hundreds. I cannot lie, I ain't rich, yeah, but when I say my time coming, it's coming. And some of y'all got ahead of me. To be honest, I wasn't even running. But very soon I'ma run it. I demand it, man, I want it. Push start, ayy. Ball so hard, ayy. Raise the bar, ayy. Turn into a star, ayy. Play my part, yeah. I aim too far. I do it big. I keep it large, okay. Live it up. This is fake, better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. Ain't slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy. What about too hard? Ayy. What about too hard? Ayy. About too hard, ayy. They not gon' like this, don't like surprises. I cause a crisis, man, I'm a scientist.
Alright, welcome back to the stream, everybody. Eros up by 1 as the second half commences. RBG looking for these early picks. Wiz already peeking through window there down towards the alt bridge. RBG does have 3 at the B site, which seems to be the meta for a lot of teams recently, even on non-pistol and full buy rounds, Ben. Eros moving down banana. Walco still lurking and cross to back sight. Eros needs that smoke down, and whoops, it goes off a teammate, but it's still down. Most ideal smoke. A Chop on the peak from construction does hit the initial headshot on Freshie, and Chop and Walco combining for another 2 kills in the side. Chop with a 3rd headshot with the USP, and that's gonna leave only Omniscient remaining, rotating through CT spawn. He's going up against 4, and this might just be too many enemies to deal with here, especially on a pistol round. Long range will be taken out by Hex from cross to CT spawn. And we're tied up once again. But we'll see if Eros decides to purchase anything here. Can't imagine they're gonna go for the force. Oh! They're gonna prove me wrong, Ben. It's a full force.
Grab full pistols, upgraded, and some head armor. Try and combat these MP9s, make sure they don't get any free headshots away.
Well, at least it's good to see they're confident here, but they do already lose one early shutout.
Great 1D.
Yeah. Eros letting a bit more time off the clock. They're kind of just lurking in mid and below T ramp at the moment. They got a lurker over in alt as well. Freshie leading the way onto the B site. Chop still back site. Freshie good for the 1 dig. Acquires that A1S.
Bomb will go down.
Freshie takes down 1 on flower boost. Jitter did kill shutout on the site there, but Eros with the 1-man advantage can defend. The C4 JT partially blind, still hits the 1 dig there. Out of construction entry, Walco down, and that's going to send Hext back towards CT back alley to save that MP9.
And a great eco here from Team Eros.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure they'd pull it off, but here they are, bomb detonating. Eros recapturing the lead here early in the second half. But Eros will have to do more than that to push this to a 3rd map. RBG in response, though, going to be on a force buy of their own. We'll see if Eros can execute properly here, stay disciplined, win these opening duels, not give up a force buy here. RBG playing things a bit passively, although they do have Hex getting a little bit aggressive there in alt window, but it's going to pay off. He kills 2 on the peak with the FAMAS. Bomb is down in alt. There's 2 up top mid already. 1 still in lower mid. Fresh does get a headshot there. Arch lane shutout. Going to finish Hex off in big pit. That leaves us in a 3-on-3 here. Eros going to have to recover that C4. They do. Beaky also going to finish off Walco in middle. Eros likely just going to be getting the bomb planted here at A soon. But Jitter still at the end of the A halls. So there's actually not going to be a plant quite yet. Jitter down. It's Beaky, C4 down on the floor there towards the end of halls. Jitter able to take out shutout. as well. Freshie dinked middle, still able to hit the headshot in response as he peeks down mid with the AK-47, brings it to a 1-on-1, 7 HP versus 26 HP, but Freshie with 7 health hits the reaction shot onto balcony rails with the AK-47, and Eros is now up by 2. Benjamin, can they continue this offensive momentum?
Yeah, they are especially in a good position for this round because RBG's not going to be able to afford much. They're actually going to do a full save here. 1 PT-50 is about the only thing they're going to buy up. And as long as they can get these initial frags, not lose any AKs to them, they should be in a great position to start building a lead here.
Yeah, RBG on that majority save here. 4 USPs, P250 in the hands of Jitter. RBG with a little head stack. Or not head stack, but double stack action there on Coffin. Eros using a lot of utility here towards the B side. It is a B commit, less than a minute remaining. Omniscient downs both of the B players behind Coffin through the smoke with the MAC-10. Bomb has been planted right there in front of Coffin as well. Shutout from first barrels, able to take out Hex as he makes his way in from CT spawn. There is still one in construction that just rotated over there a few seconds ago.
He's going to get met by players very quickly here.
Yeah, the Jitter still was able to get one at back alley, but...
Yeah, Jitter tried his best using those pillars to his advantage, but just not going to be able to finish off the rest of the team with just that pistol. Wiz will buy an op, and we do see 2 FAMASas, 2 M4s in the hands of RBG this round.
Eros using flashes and utility towards the A side. They're already up mid. JT and Freshie clearing A, but Chop able to hit that FAMAS headshot top mid, bomb down. Trade does not go out. Now it does. A couple seconds delayed there, but Wiz with the
collateral.
No. Say it ain't so for Eros.
He feels that BK is coming. No, he slows down in the lane, actually. It's just down to Wiz, though, with that op, but he could still do a lot of work with it.
Now, if he hits another collab, then...
yeah, that would be crazy. That last smoke going off there, Arch side's going to keep him from being able to do much. He's going to fall off. He doesn't want to get into any short-range confrontations. And just hold on to that op as best as he can. As he moves over to Banana, make sure he doesn't get flanked. Eros now with a 4-round lead. A lot of momentum in there.
Yeah, their largest lead of the series so far, actually, and we'll see if they can fend off RBG from closing that gap here.
Wiz having the op is still very dangerous. They are still going to have to deal with that. The rest of the team is going to be on pistols, 2 5.7s, 2 Deagles. 1 thing of armor on Chop. No utility, though, across the board. Oh, actually, they do have 1 smoke in the hands of Walko. Use that early at B. Try and slow down any pushes from that side. They do have a 4-person stack on A currently, but Team Eros opted to look for some picks here early. They know that they're probably not affording any rifles so far, so they'd like to just use this range to their advantage.
Yeah, you don't want to lose an AK early here or anything like that. So definitely good for them to stay at range, make RBG work for those kills with those Deagles, but don't get picked mid by Wiz. JT does get tagged, partially spammed with the AWP at mid, somehow survives with actually more HP than I thought he would. He's at 37.
I think it hit the wall in front of him.
Yeah, didn't hit the wall by JT. Definitely hit the wall like you're saying. Freshie. Pick up one more kill there towards the A Halls, but will get traded out a couple seconds later by Chop at the end of Halls. Another pair of trades goes out near Library, or in Library actually. JT now pushing towards the A side. Looks like him and Shutout do have Beaky covered enough to get that plant down. Chop still lurking in the wings though over here in the A Halls. Jitter already chilling out at the B side to save that weapon, but Chop
Looks like they're both.
yeah.
Chop running for T-spawn. Chop is taking himself as far away as possible so he can hold on to this for the next round. They want to try and start stacking as much money as they can as Eros starts to pull away here.
Looks like he might get just a hair curious late and peek the bridge. But obviously Eros not looking for any confrontation here post-plant. Detonation will put Eros up by 5. Can they close this map out, or does RBG start fighting back here? RBG sending 3 to the B side early. Actually, Jitter now rotating back towards A since he didn't hear any early calls. Might be headed back to B now, though.
Great there from Sandbag.
Yeah, impressive play there from Walco for the 2K. He did get tagged down to 8 HP. Only Eros could have got an HE down there or something towards the end of Banana. But ultimately, RBG still with the 2-man advantage here. Eros with all 3 players still in Banana, inching towards the B entry. Walco tossing a flash and a smoke. Chop gonna stop Shutout there from pushing past Cross. Eros left in a 2v5. They do head stack there at B entry pocket. It looks like they are gonna be falling back now. Probably to save, but they might go for a kill at mid, even if they're not going for the round.
Narrowly missing that shot on the Hex as he peeks around the corner of mid.
And it looks like they should successfully be able to save those weapons now. RBG not pursuing them, and RBG also not losing a single player that round. So they're going to slice that lead of Eros's back down to 4 rounds, and Eros going to have to be cautious here the next few rounds. You don't want to give up, you know, consecutive rounds this late in the half. You got to just do whatever you can to get towards that match point scenario. Did have enough money for another full buy for AK-47 GT on the AWP. Pushing top mid, taken out by Jitter from pocket. Trade does go out a couple seconds later on behalf of Omniscient, but he's down by Hex. On balcony, bomb is down in lane. Hex good for that close range headshot under the end of A Halls, and as Shutout falls, that's gonna leave only Beaky and JT remaining. JT tagged on 31 HP. That initial skirmish at mid. Beaky on the peak from balcony does headshot Hexed in Big Pit. Chop good for the trade there just behind default. That's gonna leave only JT remaining. He does take one down with him, but not much else he could do there. Close range with the AWP out. Walco good for that final trade, in RBG now trailing by just 3 rounds. They're definitely still in this map.
You see a semi-buy coming out here in the hands of Eros. Trying to even up their money the best they can.
Jitter with the aggression down mid. Does get the initial pick into alt. Freshie able to get the trade with the Tech 9. But Eros still with only 1 rifle here. Let's see if they go for that A1S in mid or not. Just over a minute remaining. Eros with all 4 remaining players grouped up in banana. Freshie leading the way here into the B site. JT right up there with him. Eros hopping onto the site over ledge. Freshie good for the 1 dig there into construction entry. Walco down. That's going to free up Omniscient to get the bomb planted in front of Coffin. Looks like RBG will be falling back for the save here, Ben. That's a huge round for Eros.
Yep. Stringing this together with the half buy is incredible, and also picking up that op in the hands of Walco is going to help them with a lot on the economic front for the next round. Iki already sitting at 44k, could have dropped somebody this round, but having him not have to do that is going to just help them continue forward in case RBG does end up getting another.
Eros now leading by 4 rounds once again. Shutout and JT leading the way for Eros, each with 20 kills here on Inferno. JT bouncing back big after a rough start there on map 1. Chop leading the way for RBG with 19 kills there. Peeking top mid with that AWP, not seeing anyone quite yet. He falls back towards Arch. Omniscient leading, yeah, the rush in A halls here.
Hex is quick with that molly, or incendiary that is onto the ground, and it's going to keep them from being able to advance any further. Quick switch of flash over to the hands of Shutouts going to be able to give BK probably an entrance onto this. Actually, it's going to be for the apartment boys, but Jitter is right there with Hex to completely shut that down, and Wiz is going to grab it out to the mid. With just BK left, he will pick off Jitter, but Hex is going to get him quickly through that wall.
Yeah, big 3K there from Jitter. He was definitely prepared for that. Eros has their lead sliced to 3 rounds once again. They do have some cash, so this will be another majority rifle round from Eros. Shutout did have to settle for a Desert Eagle, but all of his teammates with AKs here.
Full utility across the board for those AK players as well, so that'll keep them in the contention here to win this round. So they can afford to throw some smokes and flashes around.
Eros continuing to let some time off the clock here. Still not a lot of contact being made since that initial brush with the players top mid. Chop on the other side of half wall. Does down 1 here on Banana, but Beaky able to get the trade there close range with the AK. Just over 40 seconds remaining. Eros still advancing towards B.
Good Molly's going to push players that were inside of the connector there back. They're going to fall back towards A, though, now. They have the bomb already going around Arch side. Wiz, though, in a position to pick off one. He will get the first, but he misses on the second as the smoke comes out. But Eros is being sandwiched currently. They need to get some kills in one direction or the other. Fortunately, though, RBG is going to be able to the ones to get the initial entries there. Walker will finish it off. It's a great shot from the library on the DP as he peeks around the corner of sight.
Yeah, and things are starting to get a little uncomfortable here for Eros. They're only leading by 2, and they don't have enough money for rifles this round.
They're going to have a full save if they want to have a shot to keep this going into extra innings.
Eros going to be on a few upgraded pistols this round. JT still full saving with a Glock. Eros sending 3 towards alt. They still have 1 in mid. But Jitter able to drop 2. Hex and Wiz combining for 2 more kills there at mid and balcony. It's going to leave only Omniscient remaining for Eros, lurking towards B entry with a Desert Eagle. And Omniscient would have to pull off something incredible here to win this 1v5. Spots Chop in middle, but with his location known, his days seem to be numbered here. Chop, maybe intentionally or not, team kills Jitter there at the top of mid, but Chop able to get that final kill onto T ramp as well. Looks like a timeout has been taken here from Eros, who are now only leading by a single round. They do have enough money for rifles here, but they've got to really play this one cautiously. Not over cautiously necessarily. Don't overthink anything, but they can't afford to lose anyone early in the round here.
Yeah, this is a... this might be for the game here, because after this round, if they aren't able to win, they're going to be pretty broke once more, because they're trying to full buy out here as much as they can, get as much utility as they can. This is going to be a big decider here for this both series and map. The double op setup still going strong for RBG. They have a lot to contend with here. Try and get past these snipers at both sides.
Initial pick goes out there. At mid, Eros not able to get the trade. That smoke already down top mid. Smoke down at banana as well. Chop and Walco still lurking here at the end of banana. Eros with all 4 remaining players on banana. Make that 3 though. Walco gonna headshot shutout down banana after the repeak at B entry. 2-man advantage here for RBG. Eros flashing into the site. They need likely get Walco down here. They don't, despite getting the trade onto Chop there below Flower Pot.
Getting that bomb down there will help them out quite a bit in the next round, getting that money. JT has a miracle to perform here if he wants to win this round. Unfortunately, Hex will grab him off the top of the coffin box.
We're all tied up at 14 apiece. And Eros, after being up by 5, just wasn't quite able to get those last 2 rounds they needed before this, so they find themselves under pressure here. They will be on upgraded pistols this round, but this is going to be a difficult round specifically for Eros. They're not fully out of this one yet. I still could see them pushing this to OT even if they don't get this round, but let's see what they can do with Banana. Walco again with the initial pick this time. Well, actually with the AWP again, drops 2 this time. Beaky does get the trade with the Tech 9. Walco, even while he's dead, picking up a kill with that Molly. And Chop able to get those final 2 A1S kills on the side. Eros with one last chance here to take it to overtime. Eros will have 5 AK-47s this round. And I'm sure Eros, you know, probably does wish they'd already closed this one out much earlier, but they are where they are and they need to just focus on this round. Pushing down, Banana Hex able to get that kill onto Freshie in the A halls. JT does get that trade. Brings us to a 4-on-4. Walco taking a lot of damage there at B entry. Tagged down to just 15 HP. Beaky gonna fall back to mid now to regroup with his teammates. Still in a 4-on-4 here, just under a minute remaining now. Looks like Eros ever so slowly rotating back towards Banana. They've broken out in a run just briefly. Chop may have heard those footsteps. He peeks from half wall, takes down Beaky. Omniscient does get the trade there a moment later. Brings us to a 3-on-3. Walco already making his way out of cross. He still only has 15 HP, but he's still able to kill JT. Wiz, meanwhile, gets Yop kill onto JT there over an alt. Omniscient going straight for that plant at the B stairs. Does get the bomb planted, but he's left in a 1v3 to keep Eros in the match.
Gonna have to make something happen here quickly with that player advancing up from Banana. They're gonna be in a rock and a hard place because they're gonna be ready to trade him out here. They will do just that, and that is going to be the series for RBG, unfortunately, for Team Eros.
Yeah, RBG did earn that one. Closing map 2 out there, 16-14, and Eros, I'm sure, just not too thrilled about not pushing that to a third map. Truly thought they could have closed that out there, but there was always that looming threat. Even when Eros was up by 5, you knew, or you know going into this how skilled of a team RBG is, and they've just been getting better over the past couple months. Got some more experience in Europe as well, and a team like that who's rising, you know that even when they go down by 4 or 5 rounds, they're still right there in it, and that's exactly what happened. They came back to tie things at 14, and before we go offline, I just want to double check here to confirm that this is just a single bracket here. Okay, yeah, this is still just a single elimination and beyond part of the bracket, so that will conclude Eros's appearance in this qualifier. There have been some fun matches throughout, but ultimately Eros not able to overcome RBG here in this quarterfinal, but Eros has a lot of matches coming up soon, including against Pain this week. That might even be tomorrow. We'll keep you guys posted on Twitter. Be sure to follow at Team Eros GG. You can give me and RikuStar17 a follow on Twitch and Twitter as well. And until next time, guys, have a great weekend.
Yep. See you.